Hello everybody, it's Rosemary Maris from Maris Art. I thought today that I would start a series of things on how I'm going to make some little notebooks about this size as gifts for people. So the paper I'm using is called Stamperia Old Lace. Sorry, I cut it up before I thought about the showing it to you. It's beautiful paper. That's one of the papers which I've cut to size to fit this. So I've decided that inside these are a couple of tracing papers. This paper is enough for a few notebooks, by the way, you don't need this much. So there's a couple of tracing papers, and then I thought I'd use this cream paper for the pages. And these are the other papers I'm going to use. I'll just pop those over there, and I'll show you this is some antique music paper that I thought went quite well, so I might use it on tags or I might use it as a page, but I don't really like it going sideways on in a book, and it's a bit fragile. You can see it's very old, so I might use that somewhere. And these are the papers. They've all got these beautiful laces on, and then they must have photographed them. So they're absolutely stunning. Very romantic, so it's a bit different for me to make a romantic one. This one's lovely. They're all little crochet doilies. The thing that I found about this pack was, if you can see along the edge here, there, see? When you pull it off, they all get a bit of this glue, and it's really hard to get it all off, and it makes the edges feel really rough. So what I'm going to do is just cut off a tiny bit on my cutter of all the pages to make sure that the glue isn't there. So I've got them all around the right way. You can see they've all got that horrible glue on them, which is a shame. Right, so that's the papers. And this is all the things that come with it, which I've cut out. So there's all these little tags, and they're actually printed on the back too. So I've cut those out and made the holes in them and gone round them with distress ink. So if you want to know how to do that, you just dip in the ink and you go around like this. And it just takes off that white edge that things have, which I don't like. And then what I do, because they're going to be showing both sides, I do both sides of it. This side I'll probably decorate. The other side you don't really need to, because it's really pretty. So that was all the tags. And what I've done is I've put them together with paper clips so that I know. These are beautiful little cards that come, they're all on a page, so you have to cut them all out. And then I've cut them on the corners with this corner cutter. Now some of these, see how they're white on the back? I'll be using these to actually glue to the page. But this was on the front cover showing you what was inside. So I cut it up and I'm going to use it. So they'll make nice little pictures to stick on the pages. Some of these here, well, that's a bigger card. I didn't do the corners on that because it's nicely sort of stitched around. So, but these again are from the front cover. But that little thing there, I'm just going to cover it with some lace. Front cover, front cover, front cover, front cover. Now these are cut, I haven't gone around them with ink yet. These are cut to make pockets. So all of those, I know, there are my pockets and tuck spots. Then these are some beautiful big cards that they have inside, and then these great big long ones, which are gorgeous. And this one I'll probably use on a cover. As you can see on them, they've used lots of pearls around. So what I'm going to do is use pearls. So also you get, this one is a little tuck spot that I've already made. I cut the 2 circles out and then pop that in there. So I'll either put it as a, because it's so pretty on this side, I might put it as a paper clip so people can actually pull it out and see both sides of it. So I've put, so I don't lose it, so I know what I've done. These ones here, again on the front cover, they had little tiny squares down the bottom showing you the papers. So what I did was I cut out these circles from those squares, waste not, want not, and you get that as well. And then they had even tinier ones, which I cut these out of, which I've already used a couple of them, because these are good for covering up magnets. So again, paper clip them so I know where they all are. And then these are some extra little things that, look at that, isn't that pretty? So you get a couple of little labels, some flowers that you can cut out, the dragonfly, butterfly things, more flowers, a little corset you can cut out, and another flower. I might hang this on some ribbon inside so that it's like a bookmark, because it's too nice to glue down. So there's those. Then you also get an envelope, which I've cut out and just glued. You just glue it down here, and then underneath this little thing is a magnet, and underneath here is the other magnet that holds it closed. And then there's a little corset inside, which I might decorate on the back, and a couple of journaling cards. And then what I've done, I've gone through my pictures because I wanted to use everything from my stash. Oh, and there's these teeny, teeny, tiny little ones, which I thought, oh, they're so cute. So I've kept them just in case I find somewhere I can put them. So I've gone through my stash and I've found these images of these lovely ladies that go really well with the paper. So that'll be in one notebook. I'm making several notebooks. These ones here, I found some images in my stash of these beautiful ladies. So that'll go in another notebook. And then maybe I'll use these, but I'm not too sure about them because they're coloured. They're left over from my Jane journal. So I just laid them all out on the paper to see if they went. So then I've gone through my stash and said, okay, what can I use in these notebooks? Because as you know, I am the queen of bling. So, first of all, bling. So these went quite, as I say, I laid them all on the paper to see what they looked like. I got some pearls because I might put the other light on. Oh, it is on. It's a very, very dull day here in Australia. It's been boiling hot, now it's freezing cold. So I've got some pearls because where the pearls are on the pictures, I'm going to put pearls. These I thought went really well. Of course, I'm not using the red, but I am using those bigger pearls in there. I've got some butterflies, which I'm going to colour with the Tim Holtz Distress ink. I'm just going to rub the pad over them and just give them that hint of antique-y look. And then I found this beautiful thing. Oh, that'll go in one of them. Little heart with the flowers. And some more bling. I went through my filigree metals and found I only want the small ones, so these might go in there somewhere, which are rather pretty. and these are some brads, but oh sorry, but they've got can't see them. They've got I can open it, it's really hard to open. But anyway, they've got diamantes on them. You'll see them as we go along. I found that, went, ooh, they'll go on one of them. And then these, which will just add a little bit of colour. So as you can see, I put everything that I might use into these containers from the supermarket, and they're stashed on a table over there. Then I went through my ribbons and lace, and again put the paper out and put these next to the paper to see if they actually went with the paper. So that's a beautiful piece of embroidered antique stuff, which might make a pocket, and this one might make a pocket as well. And then these, I'm going to dye these with some Tim Holtz ink. And these, I don't know whether they're too big, but I shall see, because they sort of go with the theme. So I've cut that out of this. So we shall see about those. Not too sure about those. And then I went through my box of lace by the metre, and I've got 3 million tons of this, which is going to be on the edge of the papers. This one's cute. It's got little crowns on it. I like that. Some ribbon, not that one, this one. And some more lace, this one. So then I went, well, I'm going to stamp the images, the pages. So this is my, I've organised my stamps into feminine, steampunk, flowers and leaves and things like that. So this is the feminine lot. So some of these I might use, excuse the rattle, but see there's things like this which would go really well. Get a paper so we can see them out. Oh well, that's a screwed up paper, but at least you can see them. That one's rather nice. I thought I might use that somewhere. That's out of the leaves and flowers. Just got this. So excited. Been wanting this hand for ages, and there's one pointing the other way, so I'll be using that. There's a nice little lady that goes with the lace sort of image, the postcard thing. There's all sorts of things on here that I see. That one says make room for your voice, less perfection, more authenticity. So this is a Finnabair product. Love her stuff. And there's a lady. There's a big feather, but that's too big for this book. There's a beautiful, I've used this before, this candelabra. Comes out really well. That's too big. This one's okay. Oh, you can't see it anyway. Anyway, you get the idea. You just go through your stash and say, I might use this. Right? So, the tools you're going to need, if you haven't got these, doesn't matter, you can improvise. Right? I've got a big big cutter. I love it. It's I had some little ones which I actually gave away because they're just useless for me, because when you cut with the little ones it turns the edge over and then it doesn't glue down properly. This one doesn't. It's self-sharpening. It's got this big wheel thing on it, and it extends out to twice that size. So it goes up to 13 inches. So it's great. Love that. I've also got this board, which is that, and it's for putting your paper on. You get this little thing here and you score it so you can fold it really easily. I was folding all my stuff myself, and then I went, need that. It also has this, which you buy separately, which if you haven't got a big work area, put it in the right way up. What you can do is use this as a work area, measure things, and then when you want to store, you just put it there and then you put it back in. So that's a useful little tool. Goes with Score Pal. I was watching a video and a lady was using it and went, ooh, must get one of those. So I've got the corner cutter. And I've got this weird looking thing that I bought on eBay, and it does these little ones that you saw. And what you do is you put the paper in there and then you push it down like that. Never seen one like that. This is a Fiskars, I think. That's for the bigger circles. And then of course you need scissors. The glues I use is Fabri-Tac. It does smell a lot, so you need to open a window when you're using it, or you get high. But it also affects your brain, so I would say use it in a well ventilated area. This one sets really quickly. It does give you time to shift things around. It dries clear and you can't see it through the front of pictures. This one here, Aleene's Tacky Glue. I love this. It is a lot thicker glue, as you can see. It does dry clear, but I found that when you put it like that, you know, wiggly lines on the back of a picture, when you glue it down, the lines show as bumps. So I don't really, I prefer this. This does set quite quickly. It's really strong. This one here, see the funny lid on it? It's because you store it in the lid like that, so you never have to wait for it to run down the sides to get it out. As soon as you take it out, it's ready. It does clip on, but ooh, as you can see, I don't do that because it takes a lot of time to. So when I'm using it and I just sit it in that hole, a little bit does sort of leak out, but it's only a little bit. But what you can do is, if you're holding something, you can actually take this off with one hand, see? Clever. Yuck. So they're the glues I use. I also use this monster. I saw people using it. I thought, would I use it enough? And I've got it and I use it all the time. So it's well worth it. It's huge, so you can get your paper right in there or your tags right in there. So you can put a hole in the middle of the page if you want to. You'll need clips. I've just got these beautiful ones from Stamperia again. Oh, they're gorgeous. I'm so excited about them. I love them. These are to put your stamps on. Some of the bigger ones I just do it with my hands, so I don't bother putting them on a thing. You need some handy dandy baby wipes, and I've got some cloths as well that I use for wiping up glue and things like that. I think that's all. And if you're like me, you'll need your glasses. Okay, see you in the next video.